Good morning. The public spat between SEBI and IRDA about who should regulate the ULIPs will cast its ugly shadow on the sentiments. Bulls and bears may prefer to adopt a wait-and-watch policy despite firm global cues. The role of the government will now take center stage and voices will get louder for a financial sector super regulator. We may still see a higher opening as most of the global markets have advanced since we closed trading on Friday. IIP data and monthly inflation will be closely followed in the run-up to the RBI policy next week. The IT pack will be in the spotlight ahead of tomorrow's Infosys results. The Nifty is expected to top 5,400 and levels of 5,500 are being talked about widely. But the ride would not be that smooth and some bumps are bound to make the task more difficult. The Dow briefly broke through 11,000 though it failed to hold above the milestone at close on Friday. Fading worries about debt-laden Greece coupled with encouraging reports on the US economy helped European stocks rise on Friday. Asian markets are also mostly trading in the green amid media reports of a European Union bailout for Greece. The euro gained today for a third day against the dollar and commodities jumped after European governments unveiled a plan to halt Greece's fiscal crisis. The yuan is likely to remain in the spotlight this week, with expectations that Beijing is ready to let the currency rise. But we are still a long way from a full yuan float, given uncertainty on how the currency would respond. Moving on, the other news for the day is Reliance Industries is likely to tie up with a Japanese firm, Mitsui, as an investor in its SEZ project in Haryana. Centum Learning, the training and education arm of the Bharti Group, plans to invest 1 billion rupees in the next 3 years to diversify into training school children and expanding its presence by opening campuses across the country. SpiceJet shareholders reject an offer by the Reliance ADA Group to pick up a 51% stake in the airline for Rs 40 to 45 per share. The Airport Authorities of India is entitled to charge airport development fee and user development fee like the developers of private airports, according to the Airport Economic Regulatory Authority chairman. The cement industry hit double-digit growth in 2009-2010 after a gap of 3 years, grows 10.5%. Foreign institutional investors and their sub-accounts will have to disclose the exact structure they use to invest in India, according to new guidelines from the SEBI. Foreign exchange reserves rose by $2 billion to $279 billion for the week ended April 2nd against $277 billion in the previous week. Employees Provident Fund Organization will now be able to invest its funds in corporate bonds of joint sector companies where the government has a minimum of 26% stake. IRDA asks insurance companies to go ahead and sell unit-linked insurance plans, notwithstanding orders of SEBI banning 14 firms from selling ULIPs. Moving on to the recommendations, the derivative strategies are long GBK Power and Infrastructure Limited April future at Rs 46.25 for a target price of Rs 48.50 and the stop loss is to be placed at Rs 45. And long Chennai Petroleum Corporation Limited April future at Rs 288 for a target price of Rs 300 and the stop loss is to be placed at Rs 280. The technical calls are IVRCL Infrastructure. Traders are recommended to buy the stock at levels of Rs 175 to Rs 179 and a stop loss is to be placed at Rs 169 for a target price of Rs 190. And Jet Airways, traders are recommended to buy the stock at levels of Rs 508 to Rs 515 and maintain a stop loss at 500 for an initial target of Rs 535. Thank you and have a great day ahead.